anyway, no matter what you all figure out, just let me know who I need to send it to and how I can help in any way, and I'd be more than happy to do that.
Yeah, I'll follow up with an email after this, Britt.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thank you all.
All right, thanks everyone for a great year. To the new table, good luck. I have no doubt you'll do great things with Kaylin at the helm. Hey, good to see everyone. Kaylin, are you all staying on this call or are you getting on a new one?
We are getting on a new one. So
Okay.
I sent out a link. So we'll just end this call and everyone will get on the other one.
Sounds good. See you all. Stay healthy and be well.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Can't specifically tell us what it is that they recommended, he and the other two deans from NKU and from UK, to the Kentucky Supreme Court, because one of the other deans doesn't want the rest of his faculty to know. Anyway, so I'm not sure what it was that they recommended, but he did say that the Kentucky Supreme Court is not looking to I don't know what that message is, but anyway.
Sorry, I just sent it to Dimitri.
Oh, okay.
He was trying to send a message to everyone instead of just me. And so I was trying to explain to him how to send it to everyone except just me. So I said, you send a message to everyone instead of just me.
Got it.
Thank you.
So I'm not sure what exactly the deans recommended, but I do know that the Kentucky Supreme Court is not entertaining doing diploma privilege, and they're not considering limited practice licenses, but they are looking at still holding the July bar because so few people take the Kentucky bar versus the number of people that take the bar in states like New York. They're trying to come up with creative ways to still have the bar exam in July. But of course, I mean, that's changing every day. They have to make a decision by May, so hopefully we'll know something soon. In the meantime, like Connor said, the other two SBA presidents from NKU and UK and myself are drafting a letter to the Kentucky Supreme Court urging them to look at these other alternatives that they're not exploring. So if you have any 3L graduating friends who have very strong opinions about this, please direct them my way. I'm going to be posting in Connor's 3L SBA page about this too. But if you all know anyone, please tell them to reach out. Also, currently, the Kentucky Supreme Court is taking comments on moving to the UBE. So just know that if you have any friends that are lawyers in Kentucky, they got an email today asking them for comments. So if you would like them to pass anything along, you should talk to them about it. I know some of the faculty and staff are going to be writing to the Kentucky Supreme Court also about moving to the UBE. Next, the dean said that if you are looking to take more online classes, but you are on a scholarship, either a full scholarship or a partial scholarship, that Renee's, Dean Farrell's office, can work with you about redistributing your scholarship to this summer. So if you all know of anyone that's looking to take summer classes, but they didn't want to take out loans for that or pay out of pocket, but they're on a scholarship, she can work with them to redistribute that. And also the university's financial aid office will increase loans for the summer. You just have to talk to your financial aid counselor, and those are listed online by last name. And then just another thing about summer classes, apparently students are enrolling in iLaw classes, but not enrolling in the law professors' summer classes. So they gave us a discounted rate for summer classes if our law professors are teaching them, even though they're still offering iLaw classes. But the iLaw classes are still very expensive. So all of the 2L and 3L reps, if you all will reach out to people and let them know that it is only the classes offered by U of L that are discounted, not the iLaw classes. And also, a lot of our professors are taking, I know specifically of one professor who's not taking any pay this summer. That way he can create another fellow so that a student who lost their summer job could have a job this summer. So our professors are doing a lot to offer these classes. So if you all could pass that along. Finally, access to the law school I know that Kia from, oh my gosh, what's the place upstairs? Kia Middleton. What is her?
LRC.
The what?
LRC.
Thank you. Kia and the LRC sent an email about this about 2 weeks ago, but you can only access having your U of L ID. And the dean wanted me to pass along that if you're having trouble, apparently the folks that work in the library can help you fill out a sheet so that you can get your card reactivated so that you can have access to the law school. And if you know of anyone who's looking for a summer job, lost their summer job, contact Dean Hajak. I know for me, my summer job was pushed. And so OPD is keeping track of all of that. Reach out to them. They're trying to make connections with other people in the community and smaller firms that might be looking for help, even if it's just help remotely. They're trying to build those connections so that people can still be employed this summer. So if you need summer employment and know someone who needs summer employment, direct them to Dean Hajak. Also, Dan Cannon is hosting virtual happy hours every Friday with Dean Sweeney, where he's having lawyers in the community hop on and they're talking to students, some of them looking for students to work for them. And he's been posting about that, I think, in the Daily Docket and on Facebook. So if you know of anyone who needs jobs, tell them to hop on there. That is it for me, unless anyone has any questions about all 10,000 things I just talked about. Oh, Sean, I just saw your note about the iLaw classes. I will ask Professor Arnold to put something on Blackboard about that. I haven't looked at summer classes, so I didn't know that there was nothing that differentiated between the two of them. Okay, Anora, what's your question?
So my question is in the event that we still aren't able to go back into the building in August, what is the plan for orientation? And Dimitri, I know you're responsible for orientation, but I just wanted to know, like, do you have a backup plan for that?
So that's directed to me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's no backup plan yet. I'm gonna have to reach out, and me and Amani are gonna talk more, but there's nothing yet really. And it really, I guess, depends on what we're able to do. But that's all I got. So me and Amani are gonna speak more. That's about it, though. Hopefully, we're all in class and able to come back, but.
Yeah, I think we're going to have an exec meeting about 2 different plans and include Nate on this also, because Nate will be doing a lot of the planning and we'll need to get started on that soon. But we're going to have essentially 2 separate plans, one for real life orientation and one for virtual orientation, which is a real possibility. The new Dean of Students that is onboarding should be able to help us with that too. Anora, did you have anything else? No? Okay. Maddie, what's your question?
Yeah, I'm just making sure I have this written down right for the notes. But so Kia from the LRC sent out an email saying that you can only access, is it the doors if you have your student ID number? Or your student ID?
It's your student ID. So she sent out an email to students, at least I got it, and that might be because I still have my old U of L ID from when I was here in undergrad. I didn't have to get a new one. Actually, I should get a new one because I can't access the building with it, but I never did. And it's
I don't have it.
Yeah, so it was an email that she sent out to students. I thought it was everyone, but maybe it was just those of us who never got a new ID. Telling you how you could go to the Houchins building on the main campus and get a new one. But I'm not sure if that went to everyone.
So people are allowed, like, in the library right now?
Yeah, the library is open. So you can include this in your minutes. The library hours are posted online, and if you cannot get into the building with your student ID, you can go to the library, and one of the librarians or students working in the library can help you either get access to the rest of the building. There's like a number that you can call and they can help you, and they can help you fill out a sheet to get your card reactivated.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
And okay. All right. So that is the end of the report for me, unless anyone has any other questions. We'll move on to Dimitri.
Hello. I have no report.
Okay.
I don't really know what to say.
Thanks. And Kirby.
Hey you all, hope you all are doing well. So I just have a few things. I hope you all got the agenda for tonight. I'll send those out every time we have a meeting, whether or not it's virtual in the future, just so that you all will be able to see it before you come on in and know what's going to be talked about if you want to prepare questions. And I will be sending out a spreadsheet that you all could put in your cell phone number or your best contact number and your email. That way we can all have access to it. So make sure it's something that you feel comfortable with us having, but it's definitely good that we all be able to contact each other when we need it. And I'll be using the phone numbers for one of us to create a group me. That's what we did last year, and it seemed to work. So make sure you have that app if you don't already. I'm sure a lot of y'all use it for different organizations. I don't have any other dates to report as of yet. And then really the only other thing that I wanted to do was to take a picture for social media, even though I'm transitioning out of that. I still have that on my mind. So I just thought, even though we can't be together, normally we'd be dressed in business attire and taking our group photo today, but we might as well make the best of it. So if everyone's okay with that, I was just gonna do I don't know if I can do a screenshot. I'm gonna try to. Okay, let's all do what you want to do. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna take one on my camera too, but hopefully that one will have worked. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I feel like a mom. Okay. Well, y'all will see that if you have social media. And other than that, I don't think I received any other reports. But anyone else who has anything to add, please feel free. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's all for me.
Yeah, I don't believe we have any other reports. But like Kirby said, going once, anyone have anything that they want to talk about? Oh, Michael, ma'am.
Yeah. Hey, Kaylin. Thanks. I appreciate it. So I just have a couple of things. This is more for most of the members on the financial side. So as you all are getting with your previous people and talking about what to expect for the next year, and when you're looking at the Constitution and everything else you're supposed to be doing in preparation, July 17th is a Friday, and it's in July. It's a few months from now. Obviously, it's in July, but it's a few months from now. Send me, if you can, send me an idea of money that you might need for that semester. Now, you might talk to your person and they might say, oh, I didn't use any money. You don't need money. Okay, that's fine. It's no big deal. But send me an idea and then we can talk from there. But if I have an idea, it allows us to make a better budget and move forward from there. One thing I want to flag, and Kaylin, I guess we can talk about this more offline, but if we have a graduation week in December for the people who are graduating now, which I think we should, that's awesome. They deserve it. It is going to cause issues in May, or it could potentially for the next graduation. Now, that might be me being a little bit selfish by saying that, but I'm going to say it anyway. But that's just something we need to flag, and I'm sure there's some way we can work around that, so it's no big deal. We can talk more about that offline. Over the summer, I encourage everyone to look at the Constitution, read it, be familiar with it. Moving forward, it'll probably be helpful to you all. Some of the chairs, I know fundraising, diversity, some other chairs, I'll probably be public service, things like that, community service. I'll be working with you guys probably quite a bit to try to, figure out funds, make sure we're using the right money, everything like that. So I'll post my number on this chat. If you guys have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out. I'll probably bug you guys. I really like talking a lot, so I'll probably bug you guys some, but I'm harmless, I promise. I try to be funny, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So with that, I'll turn it back over. Thanks, Caitlin.
Thanks, Michael. Also, Nate, I just wanted you to write down so you have this in your calendar, and also No, just Nate. For event planning, Professor Rothstein already emailed me that we have to block out Saturday, August the 29th, because that is the training session at Central High School, and we don't want anything to overlap with that. So just forward thinking. I know that sounds like a long time from now, but the days get taken up very quickly. And then also, Nate, like I said earlier, I'll be reaching out soon about meeting with exec so that we can start talking about orientation planning. Okay. Well, if no one has, yes, Justin.
I just got, excuse me, one thing by exception. So I reached back out to Dean Smith, Lars, and Professor Arnold about paid externships. We had talked about that last semester, so I re-engaged them about it again because we were supposed to bring it back up. We didn't. So I re-engaged them about that, and then what I'm going to try to do is some schools have started a pilot program, so I suggested that to Dean Smith and Professor Arnold. So I'm going to do some research and look into ways of kind of getting that done. What I need from you guys, mostly 3Ls and 2Ls, is kind of feedback, like why you guys want it, what difficulty you've had. So then when I present it all to them, it'll make a better case. So just look for that in our next meeting, probably.
Yeah, Justin, I'm actually glad that you brought that up. Maddie, you might want to add this into my report. Today in the faculty meeting, Dean Smith mentioned that they are looking at having some sort of externship option this summer for students who are not able to get employment, but still want to take a summer class, but they want to get some kind of experience so that employers later can look at their resume and they see that they worked somewhere. So they're looking at allowing externship credit this summer for students working in firms. So I think that if that is successful this summer, we can hopefully be even more successful getting paid externships in the fall and kicking that off with the curriculum committee. But so Dean Smith's working on that. If you have any thoughts, I suggest you reach out to him. Of course, I'm going to be talking with him because I think that we should have paid externships, but even starting with just students are allowed to have externships at law firms is a way to get our foot in the door there. Okay.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So just for clarification, if people want to take summer classes, they can reach out to Dean Farrell and her office and potentially work to get their scholarship money up front, and then it would be reduced in the fall, or would it be like bonus? And then also, like, if they reach out to the university, would that money be coming from, would it be an extension of this year's, or would it be I guess a front on the fall's money?
So it's my understanding, because the law school is allocated scholarship funding in 3-year terms. And so they divvy out that scholarship money, and that's all the scholarship money that they have. I think they have a little bit of a cushion, and what they were planning to do was really just take the grand total that students already have and reallocate it so that you could use some of it in this summer term. So if that meant that you are going to graduate early, then you wouldn't need that last semester of scholarship money, because your scholarship, you get it for the year, but then it's divided in 2 for each semester. So they would just cut off that last semester and reallocate it to this summer. So I don't think you can get an increase, and I don't think that they are giving scholarships to students who already do not have scholarships. It's just going to be moving your money around, essentially. That's the way I understood it anyway, but you can reach out to Dean Farrell. She's the one who can answer those questions. All right. If there are no other comments or questions, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Move.
And do we have a second?
Second.
All right. We are adjourned. Great first meeting, everybody.
All right, we are done. Wow.